After Estrella was shot, the crowd within the runway show began to run out screaming. Whenever there's danger, despair soon follow. Black goo slowly starts to appear around the room, forming into humanoid creatures with white hollow circles for eyes. But when the people feel despair, there will always be a light to shine in the darkness. Henshin.
Acknowledge.
Zenkai. Henshin.
Presented by Ghia.
Henshin.
Kamen Rider 7. Kamen Rider V. Authorized.
Maybe despair shouldn't have shown up at the hero's runway. From what were originally screams, turned into cheers as riders and rangers transformed in front of your very eyes. Many of the fighters were taken out of their room, away from civilians, and the few people that are left include Estrella's dead body, Professor Dan standing at a corner, and a young lady with blue and red hair.
So now that the heroes are doing something, that means we don't have to do anything and we can leave.
Yoko has been dragged out by the running away crowd and has just left the room in the chaos of the crowd. They're quite small, so they just disappear, and you guys can't see them.
Yosef frantically looks around. It's like, oh my god, where did Yoko go? And he looks at the others and it's like, guys, did you see them?
Eileen's already rushed over to Estrella's corpse, and she's just not doing a good job at sort of recognizing that he is definitely beyond saving. She keeps on Estrella, come on, don't do this to me. I need you to come back here, please.
Leo is recognizing the situation. The biggest thing on his mind is Fool was right next to the corpse when it became a corpse. So he's running up to Fool, staring at Estrella's body, and just says passingly to Eileen, "Yeah, the guy's gone." And then he proceeds to grab Fool's wrist and tries to drag him away, because obviously Fool would be the first assumption for who did it.
Cricket is kind of sitting there completely in shock. They ruined once more as he slowly tries to understand what he just saw, what just happened. He hasn't quite caught up with what's happening as he's just letting Leo drag him. Not many thoughts in mind right now. Yeah.
After the party realizes what's going on, the blue-haired lady walks up to the party, investigates the corpse too. Doesn't touch him, she's just looking at the corpse.
Leo is frantically getting Fool away while they're investigating.
Fool in blank stare, looks back a bit still confused.
There's no way the clown could have killed him.
I don't disagree, but... And Eileen sort of stands up and turns straight towards Fool. You have the highest chance of having seen what happened. So, talk, clown. Did you see anything?
Leo holds him close with one hand and then aims his gun with the other. He didn't see nothing, he had nothing to say. No way, no how.
The lady looks at Leo. You're making him more suspicious by holding your gun out.
I always hold my gun out. This is nothing suspicious for me.
That is true. He always holds his gun out.
Listen, this is the way we can solve this. Then we'll be fine. We don't need extra people, extra help, any extra people. We don't care.
So then Professor Dan walks up to Fool and Leo and says, "Hey, selfie? Come on, I want one for my collection."
We're in the middle of a crisis here, and all you can think about is selfies? I thought I was vain. Oh my god.
Fool will in a small moment realize, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Professor Dan grabs them by the shoulders, or grabs Leo by the shoulders specifically, and turns him around. And in frame of his selfie, he also puts the corpse in, towards the right side of it. Cheese! Thank you. All right, bye.
God, that was a weird interaction.
The nerve of some people. Ugh.
Anyways, we gotta go. All of us go. Victory, Yosef, Yoko, let's go. Wait, where's Yoko?
I told you that she's gone, but nobody listened to me. So, are we going to, start Operation Find the Baby?
So then the lady, recognizing that the party's about to leave, says, I guess I'll be here. Please, come back sometime soon. I have some questions. Nothing major or anything, just some small questions. Please.
Eileen sort of quickly turns around to the lady and then sort of remarks, she's sort of regained most of her composure now. Who are you anyway? What business do you have here? I don't remember anyone like you being on the guest list.
Why should we even answer your questions? Are we going to get compensation or something?
She sits down at the edge of a runway. Miss Eileen, I know it might seem suspicious, but let's just say I understand where you guys are coming from. I was forgotten too. Well, come back soon. I'll answer a lot of things.
Guys, should we like join in on the fighting or just off? You know, we could just leave.
No, we could. We very much can leave. Plus Yoko, we need Yoko.
Can we just go find the chicken?
The cheering you can hear from the main room, the main grand ballroom, as the fighting continues. But then it starts to die down a little bit more as the fighting also starts to slow down.
See victory. Everything will be exactly fine. Just fine.
Eileen opts to go for team searching for Yoko because at this point her mindset is like, the show's gone to shit. Like, it can't be saved anymore. It's not worth it. At the very least, she can, like, at least find her prized model.
Yosef just looks at Eileen and it's like, okay, so you're gonna join me? Like, should we just, like, go look? Or I have no idea. I'm not familiar with the layout here, so I don't want to get lost, but I'm gonna presume you know the layout, kind of, so...
I can help you with that in some regard, but I'll need to defer to your knowledge of Yoko when it comes to finding her. I assume this is something that's happened before, so you should have the know-how with finding her.
It's not particularly anything new that they're just gone from existence, but yeah, I'm sure we can find them. And if not, I'm just gonna shout their name, like, when I'm searching for, like, a dog or a cat, and, you know, maybe they'll come running.
I can show you the routes to navigate this area so that we can at least avoid being trampled, but you're going to need to show me how you plan on finding Yoko.
There's not a real, like, strategy here, it's just hoping and wishing and, you know.
Cool. Me and Clown are leaving. You two are doing that. Victory, what are you doing?
I guess I'll help find the chicken.
Ah, thank you, Victory, you're a real one.
Half the party enter the grand ballroom, and they see that there aren't many people left, and the couple of the spares are just like lollygagging. One's even sitting on like stairs, and the other's just like standing there, not knowing what to do. And yeah, they're just kind of there. There's a couple of civilians, but they don't feel like they're scared or anything, just because the spares are just sitting there. There's the exit from this room, but there's also the stairs that go up, and then there's a door directly from the opposite side you guys just entered from.
Eileen notices some feathers on the ground and then looks back at Yosef. I don't think these could belong to anyone else but your friend. Could they?
Yeah, I mean, are there, like, any super extravagant, like, costumes that, you know, were on the runway today?
Not with feathers, at least not for this year, no.
Then it's probably Yoko.
Seems we have our lead then. I guess as Eileen and Yosef are sort of walking and following the trail, they start noticing this change in color, and Eileen asks Yosef, so this Yoko girl, she had, like, different chickens, and she said different colors. Was one of them green?
Not the last time I checked in with them. I only know them for the red and black and yellow chickens. So, unless there's a new one somehow, no idea. Normally, no.
Well, that's certainly disconcerting, but I feel that means we have to increase the urgency of our search.
The next room over, where the party follows the feathers, is a kitchen area.
In the corner, you hear like crunching, like crunch, 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 like someone's eating something. It's someone who is the same size as Yoko, if you would say, but with short green hair and a slight green tinge to their skin. And they are just, they've got the same bag on their back, but they are like freaking out. They're like kind of like rocking slightly because they have no idea where they are. And for context for everyone else, this is one of the chickens that Aki gave them at the end of last season. And it is literally just hatched in the frenzy and in the panic of the rush. And this chicken just goes, oh no, I'm a bit lost. I'm really lost. And I don't, oh, there's cookies. These are actually really nice cookies. I am so lost. I just starts eating the cookies.
Eileen immediately turns towards the sound of like the mumbling and sees this new person sort of like slowly and cautiously walks over. Yoko, dearie, no, he? Is that you?
Yosef like kneels down in front of the new chicken, and he's like baby talking to them basically, and he's like, "You are fine. You can keep eating your cookies, but can you do me a favor and try to get Yoko out?"
This green chicken starts like pushing you away, being like, no, don't touch me. And it starts grabbing things from the side of the kitchen, starts throwing them, and you see like a spatula fly across the room to a couple of the chicken. The chickens are like behind the curtain, kind of like looking around the curtain in absolute fear of this new chicken that's taken over the body by complete accident.
Yosef turns to Eileen and goes like, "You know what? I'm good with cats. I can take care of everything, but I'm not good with little kids. I am lost."
I suppose I can try my hand here, but I make no promises. Eileen sort of leans down very slowly towards this new chicken, and she sort of like softens her voice a little bit. "Dearie, everything's going to be okay. Could you start off by telling me your name?"
Okay. And just starts like wiping their tears from this new body's face. It goes, "My name's Free. F-R-I, like free. But I'm completely lost. And I don't know where I am."
Bree, it's okay. You aren't lost because you're with us now. You have nothing else to worry about. We'll be by your side. We'll protect you. But I need you to listen here. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Now, could you tell me where Yoko is?
I'm assuming you're meaning the chickens over there. I think, right?
Yosef looks at the curtain where the chickens are hiding. I think it was a curtain, right? And he just goes up to them and like opens his arms so the chickens can come to him, and he's going to hold them.
Eileen looks at the chickens and then back at Free. Thank you, dearie. No, I'm just going to need to talk to them over there for just a moment. But we will not be leaving you. You can stay right here, okay?
You can keep eating your cookies.
Okay. Nom, 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 nom.
I'm gonna assume you're hungry if you're eating like that.
Nom, 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 nom.
And he stops in front of Eileen holding the chickens, just like, "I'm used to holding like 5 cats at once. This is child's play."
What's Victory doing?
I'm eating the cookies.
There's just cookies on the counter for everyone to have.
How is Free reacting to Victory, just sort of sitting next to them and just also kind of munching on cookies?
They're kind of like looking at them in a slight fear, but then kind of can see that they're just eating cookies too, and just goes, "Huh." And just continues eating.
As Yosef turns around with the chickens and noticing the two eating cookies together.
Where the hell did all of you find these cookies? Damn.
Free just points at the counter with all the cookies on there, and there's like several packets left, which were from the pie. They were just never brought out. And it just points.
Yosef just like kind of leans down to Victory and goes, "When we leave, remember to get them like as much cookies as you can, because we're not like really, we don't have that much money, so this is like free food."
I was already planning on that. I'm glad we're in agreement.
Free just like grabs the bag, turns it around and opens it, and it's full of biscuits already. It's full of cookies.
Never much cared for the refreshments here anyway. In any case, Eileen sort of turns over to the 3 chickens. Yoko, could you tell me what happened here? Because I'm assuming I'm not going to get a straight answer out of this one here, sort of gesturing over to Free in the corner.
Yoko, in Yosef's arms, is kind of like looking around, like looking back from Eileen to Free, and is kind of like, "Really? You want me to try?"
Okay, look, any one of you 3, I'm assuming you all saw the same thing.
The red chicken pushes Yoko out the way and jumps and in like a rush, because Free is so like nervous, just in a rush, like bats their wings at Free. Free jumps and just scoops right into the amulet on Free's chest but throws them out pretty much of the amulet. So the green chicken pops out and he is taken over. red hair, spikes out, and is like, oh, okay, you guys do not know how hard it was to deal with this one when they were born. It was crazy.
Born?
Well, the hatching happened when the shot happened. It was like a scared effect, and the lights went out, obviously, and I think that shock just woke them up. I don't know. It like stands up, kind of like gets rid of the cookies, puts down the bag because it's heavy, full of cookies. Free, just kind of waddles back over to the cookie and starts eating it again.
Well, has this sort of thing happened before? What do you usually do?
So just to catch you up on the situation with the chickens, we were in an experiment all those years ago. Yoko normally fronts, but we were already chickens. This is new for us. I think it was the body's sister, and gives this really overcomplicated explanation for what happened at the end of season 2 of the show, which is pretty much their sister gave them a box full of chickens with different colors. There was this green one on the top, though, so they kept the eggs in like little wraps in the bag just in case they hatch, because they never know where they're going to go next. And it is now hatched, and this has never happened before. And then that's pretty much it. This is a first for us. We've never gone through this before.
Wait, so are you parents now?
No, we're not parents. The egg isn't ours. It's more like we're like half sisters, half brothers, I guess.
So Eileen just sort of standing there confused for a bit, just trying to compute everything that he just said. And it's sort of like,
Yosef gives her a pat on the shoulder and is like, you get used to it.
I certainly hope I will.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So when they were hatched, it kind of went a bit crazy, and being dragged away by everyone else did not really help. You guys are all co-parenting right now. I hope you realize this. Good luck to all of us.
I'm not ready to be a parent.
Yosef, darling, the sad reality of this world is most people aren't. Whether we want to, as these chickens have said, we have at least some degree of responsibility to uphold now. So Eileen's still kind of just talking to the chickens. I'm guessing she hasn't really realized, like, the whole speech rules and stuff like that. So she's just saying, like, since you're the ones that are closest to her, can I trust you to take care and protect Free when you are all, together like this?
Oh, that's within the chicken motto. We'll always stick together, no matter what, even though they try to throw a knife at us at one point. It's natural. It's a natural reaction.
Do you have a way to make sure that one of you is able to stay in control of the body? Because it seems like it could turn out very poorly if we end up in a situation where we're in danger and Free is the one who controls.
Well, as you just saw, I just jumped in and pushed them out, so yeah, we're fine. We got this. And looks at Zan and looks at Yoko, and they both are kind of like looking at he, being like, are you kidding me? We are totally not in control right now. And it's like, yeah, it's fine. Right, guys? Yeah, it's fine.
Eileen is decidedly, like, unable to read chicken expressions, so she's just completely believing everything he is saying. Okay, that makes things quite a bit easier. Thank you. I don't know you all that well. I think your name was He, but I believe that I can trust you with this. I will do my part to protect you and the body, and in turn, I trust that you two, well, not you two, you should be able to protect each other.
We've been doing it since the beginning, so don't you worry.
We found the kids, so can we leave now? Because I don't know, are there still...
Yes, we should try regrouping with the others. What were they going to do?
I think they were going to fucking leave, but who knows if they actually did.
If nothing else, the best we can do is head over to the exit.
Family Guy cutaway gag where it just sitting has like Without You from Revice playing.
The party that left, see Leo and Fool just standing there near the exit, but there are police outside.
So, Clown, are you sound enough to answer questions?
I'll be honest with you, I'm really not. I'm not in the mood for that.
Just answer me one question. Just answer me one question. One yes or no question. Do you actually know anything?
No, absolutely not.
All right, I'll believe you.
Man, why does everything always go f***ing wrong? Oh, man.
You don't want to answer questions, and I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Cheers. Ugh. Is it like any place like where folk can just like sit down, like hopefully like away from like direct police? Fool would come like awkwardly like shuffle like away from the door that goes outside with the policeman to kind of like sit down like next like around there and be like, man, this fucking sucks. I can't fucking get like one good fucking day. A month of fucking shit. What the fuck is the point, man? Grab me hand and go fucking. You that man's an imposter, yeah? What the fuck is that? I just found this shit in the garbage. What the fuck am I getting like involved in everything? Like, I was like, oh, Desire Grand Prix, how fun! I'll get to finally get like to relax a bit if I win, and I was confident. I was like, I can fucking win. I don't have anything better to do. I'll fucking get with me. What I didn't understand shit. I just got fucking beat up a little bit. I died with you once, and then I was fucking here because I'm alive, and then I lose, and then I go back, and then and then like apparently you wishing you never got to see the others again led me to fucking lose my contact. My family doesn't fucking remember me. I tried to call her. She was like, "Who the fuck is Cricket? Who the fuck names their kid Cricket?" Dumb name. She named me Cricket because she had crickets when I was born. I just want a fucking easy life for once. That's all I really want.
I can't really give you too much solidarity, but I guess just rationalizing things. If you found your driver in the garbage, that means someone must have put it there. It was probably that guy.
Who fucking cares at this point? Maybe I'm thinking, maybe like this whole thing it's not for me. I tried to make it work, but at least like if I'm gonna be a fucking bum, jobless, I don't even have my fucking like papers to prove that I even exist. What the fuck is the point of trying this anymore? Why am I traveling with like I'm traveling here out of necessity with like randos, because if I don't, I'm gonna fucking starve. Not like that I was doing much better. I'll be honest with you. I think I'm gonna give up the creative grind. Why the fuck am I walking around fucking New York just like a clown? It's never made anyone fucking smile. People just refer to me as clown. People don't fucking remember my name, yeah? They call me fool. That's a meta joke for the audience there. And he kind of like looks at Leo. It's like, I'll be honest with you, I've been pulling your leg this entire time. I'm not really that upset. Like about like you wishing whatever. Like, I actually am upset with you. Like I was fucking bullshit where you fucking pull with the other ones. But I was never involved. It's not my fucking problem. The wish impacted me. You know what? I've been like, oh wow, you killed my career. What fucking career, man? Fucking the 3 people that gave me change on the street. But I'm really not upset because I've been thinking about it, and fucking honestly, I'll look around. I'll like notice like the parties here. I probably don't see them. I'll go like, I'm not upset yet because I'll be fucking for real right now. I don't think I would live if you weren't fucking here like being like, hey, let's like at least listen to this guy. Nobody has ever fucking stood up for the clown. I'll be honest with you. I think you're my only friend. I know you don't like the word friend or whatever, but I don't really have anything else. So like, do me a favor and let me have this. And Fo just kind of like sits there and like, wow. It's like I talk to a therapist.
Leo's awkwardly kind of scratching his hand on the back of his head. I don't know what to say to you, Cricket. At the very least, I think even if you still think there's nothing to cling on to because of what I did, but I still think that you're ultimately better than me. You're a Kamen Rider, dude. Whether you intentionally became one or not. And from what it seems like, what I picked up from traveling with 3 of them before we met you is that the whole thing, this whole Kamen Rider thing, seems to have some sort of stupid, stubborn gimmick of just not giving up despite how much pain you go through, how much trials you have to face. And you seem to be doing that just fine. So, by that regard, you're still a better person than me.
there's this really warm moment between these two, but then just as they're like getting close and they're just kind of like saying stuff, a green chicken bursts through between the two of them and just runs and is like rushing around, trying to not go towards the police, but it's just kind of like in a rush, completely ruining this beautiful moment that these two have just set up.
Never f***ing mind. I hate these people. I hate these people so much, Leo. I hate them. I hope they die.
You're starting to get it. You're really starting to get it.
Free has got the whole group running after them, running around, completely chaos just ensuing right in front of them. Runs towards the police. They like get their guards up and is like, "You're not allowed past." And then Free just darts back in past everyone again into the house, back into this big building, through past all the despairs that are still there, and goes back to the main room and sees the body and is just in shock and is like still and does not move.
You know what? I think the cartoon hijinks that was supposed to be my thing, I don't really... is this why everybody f***ing hates me?
Well, at least you're gaining some self-awareness, fool.
I'm like the cartoon that like realizes like it's not real. God damn.
Eileen's still chasing after Free, and she's very worried about like the implications of Free seeing a corpse because she knows what's over there. Free, darling, try not to go over there, okay? Please.
Too late. Free has run in and seen the corpse right in the center of the room because people are like looking at it, people are like identifying it, and just goes in like a high-pitched squeak of a chicken and runs into his hands as they just like quickly like scoop them up and put them in the bag. Kind of hides it and is like, no one's. You saw nothing.
We already failed as fucking parents. God damn, why the fuck are we raising kids like this?
Well, we all have to co-parent now.
I did not agree to any co-parenting.
He just turns around and says, well, we all have to kind of deal with this. The rush and scariness of whatever you called, fool, caused the green egg to hatch. I'm just saying, we disappeared. We don't know what happened. And now there's a body in the middle of the room. We left in the rush. What do you expect from us? We only just got back into this room. What happened?
Fucking St. Patty. The chicken. Oh my god. It's like the little elf. It's like Loki. It's St. Patty. St. Patrick's Day, you know? Fucking. It's like the Nickelodeon slime.
As the party go back to the runway room, they notice something strange. The body is still there. And the lady is still sitting there swinging her legs on the runway.
It's really scary how calm that person is right next to a dead body.
Oi, listen. What the f*** is your deal, man? Because, like, I'm sitting here and you're like, fucking, like, all smiley and dangling and all that. I just f***ing saw a corpse die in front of me. I do not have the time to unpack all of that.
Well, a corpse is already dead. You can't watch a corpse die.
What if I would do it right now? I'll fucking kill you.
Semantics. What do you want from us, lady?
As the lady tries to open her mouth to speak, Professor Dan looking at his phone from the corner, and then he goes over to Leo and Fool says, "Hey, selfie?" So then as Professor Dan grabs Leo's shoulder to turn him around, he puts the phone in frame of the corpse towards the right side, and then Leo just smacks the camera out of his hand.
This is not the time nor the place, and we're fed up with your
Leo smacks the phone away, but Yosef tries to catch it, and the phone like goes over the tips of their fingers, and it still falls. It falls screen down, so now the whole screen is like destroyed. Then Dan looks at his smashed phone. He looks up at the party. He looks back at the smashed phone, then back to the party, and he says, "Oh well, it happens," and then he walks away.
So anyways, questions? You had questions for us?
The lady looks back up to you and says, "Questions? I just met you."
All right, I'm tired of this time wasting bullshit. We're leaving.
He crosses their arms and is kind of like looking at everyone and being like, who is she? Wait, do you guys know this person?
After you got swept away, they appeared and said, "I have questions for you." And then we left and came back, and now they're like, "What? I don't know, you guys. No questions. It's stupid."
What if we just waterboard them and get the question out of them?
Fool will like look at Yosef and be like, I think you've accidentally made like Austria sound like dystopian. You can't do that.
The lady immediately just recognizes what's going on and she says, "Oh crap. We gotta leave this room right now."
Why should we trust you?
You say I had questions for you. I don't remember who you are. I think something's going on in this room.
He can see that this is going to be a situation and no one's moving, so he just like holds onto their bag, makes sure the chickens are good, runs up to this woman who they have no idea who it is, and just grabs their hand and rushes out the room.
Why should we take the woman with us?
Because there's something weird with the rooms! They literally just said that!
Fuck the woman. Who cares? Whatever. Let's fucking go.
So then the party goes to the green room in the back. But as they leave, like the moment they walk out after opening the door from the runway room, the party feels something overwhelming to them. It's very quick. It's like a second. Like the moment your foot steps out of the room, it's like a very quick, weird, strange feeling.
Did you guys feel that, or am I just going a bit mad?
Leo wants to like stand on like the other side of the door frame and then like stick his hand in and out of the door to see if he like feels it.
Yes, Leo feels his hand and some weird feeling going over his hand as it goes in and out of the room.
Is it a barrier?
Keeping in theme of what usually happens over these past couple months, this feels like, I don't know, probably like some reality warping stuff. Is this room like a pocket dimension?
Well, are you coming in, or are you staying out there like a coward?
Coward, I'm testing! I am testing things!
Guys, we have this one plan. Has been walking flawlessly. Can Yoko fucking run in it and like figure something out? That usually works. We just usually throw the chicken in there and it figures itself out.
I mean, I feel like we should ask this lady about the thing, considering she was the only one that knew about it before us.
Lady answers. Gordon?
The party enter the green room, and yes, to Cricket's love and affection, there is makeup kits.
Yes! Yes!
Wait, so has Fool just been looking really, really crusty for the past few months?
Fool's makeup is like washed down because bro has not washed his face in so long properly because he's out of makeup and they don't have a home for him to reapply it.
Is that the implication that we all smell like shit?
I don't know, but Fool doesn't have any other clothes and Fool doesn't have money for makeups and he will not remove it. Guys, I can fucking finally look normal again. I'll be right back. You guys figure it out. And I fucking like run to like the makeup kit. Fool does not care about the mystery anymore.
Okay, so yeah, while Fool is doing his makeup and Leo is sort of doing the arm thing, Eileen sort of sits the woman down in one of the makeup chairs and asks, "Okay, so you knew what was going on back there. Can you tell me how you knew that?"
The DM is also thinking of what to say first.
I'll stall for time.
Well, Yosef walks up to one of the makeup kits and swipes some black eyeliner because he's emo and he needs some eyeliner.
Oi, listen, because I believe I'll be so nice with this. You've always been doing it also slightly like us asymmetrical. Do you want me to help you with it?
I can do my own makeup, damn. I don't need your help.
No, it's not like spite. It's not a spite. Do you want me to do it? I think it'll be awesome.
I don't know if I trust anybody with any, like, not sharp objects, protective over my organs.
I see, I get it. I will not let anyone else do my makeup unless I get paid for it. Like the models.
He just turns to Victory and to Leo and is like, "Is this really what we're doing right now?"
What's Victory thinking about?
I'm still eating cookies, yeah. Take some with me?
Free, the chicken has disappeared and is just sat on Victory's shoulder, just nibbling. Victory has like a cookie in his hand and a cookie like held up to the chicken, and the chicken's just on the shoulder nibbling.
All right, so then the lady, a little strand of her hair pops up, and she starts to say, "I thought it was weird. I thought I recognized all of you. And I did. And then A few months back, I just forgot. Did not know or recognize any of you once I saw you here at the runway. And then I realized. She looks over to Victory. Do you know what the Desire Grand Prix is?
Yeah, just a little bit. I think most of us do too.
Good, good. Then my hypothesis was correct.
What is this? What are they talking about?
Imagine a weird organization kidnaps people and forces them to play in a game, and then if you win, you get your wish, and people die and whatever on the way. That kind of thing. Anyways.
How utterly barbaric.
I did my own research. I thought it was weird, and she pulls out a Freedom Foundation business card. I went to the only organization who could help me with this. It was easy. I'm not too fond of organizations, especially after living in a warehouse for a couple years, but they had all the information I needed. Heroes of all kinds. Heroes and profiles upon profiles and documents and everything. Except for you five.
Huh? Wait, guys! And I look at the rest of the party. Do you remember me?
He goes up to Fool and puts their hand on their shoulder and goes, I think it's Eileen that they remember, not us.
I'm gonna kill myself!
So then she looks over to Fool, and then it finally clicked. Once Estrella did all that crazy stuff, I finally realized. May I see your driver?
Oh my god, I won! I grab all my f***ing
Cricket, listen, I understand the joy of being remembered, but I would not just hand over the driver so easily.
Good point. And I look at the woman. Before I do that, because I'm actually really curious, what is your intention? Let me actually ask that. That's a really good point, Leo. Why? That's a good question. Why?
I just want to make sure I'm right. And most of the time I'm right. So instead, if you don't trust me, you don't have to give it to me, but at least show me the back of the driver.
You know our names, right?
Yes?
What is your name? You did not introduce yourself. You just showed up and suddenly were like, oh my god, I know stuff and you should ask me stuff. Like, girl.
She laughs a little bit and says, Sen.
Alright, Sen. How about a little test first? If you actually do know something, tell all of us our names.
Miss Eileen, sorry, that's easy. But there's also Kamen Rider Bunny, I believe. The motif kind of hits close to home here. Kamen Rider Hiyoko. Yokozo Hiyoko.
Nice to meet. Oh, that just feels weird. Hi. Yeah. Okay, that's me.
Kamen Rider Knight.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm sorry to say I don't know the clown one that well. Just the clown.
I see. I'm gonna whisper to Leo. Watch them call you Camera to PunkAnt. It's gonna happen. I'm calling it.
And finally, PunkAnt. Not a Kamen Rider though. It's so weird.
Damn. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I'll trust you. Kamen Rider Fool. Alright, check this out. I fix my bow tie. The star was showing before me, and I do like a little finger snap as like a little star shoot out of the buckle. I'm like, okay. And then I take out the belt and I show the back. I kind of put a wire here so the clown face won't fall off. But yeah.
I see. Well, it's obvious where the star would fit. Have you ever noticed that on this driver could also fit other shapes, like a full moon, or a coin, or a crescent moon?
Are you suggesting we merge our drivers?
And I look at it, I flip it over. I guess it also fit the clown. That's what I thought of when I saw it.
I recommend you don't do that though, because this just confirms it. So, and then she's starting to look a little nervous. Destroy your world, huh? It's a bit silly.
Oh, that's not me. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's not you, of course, but
I am a clown. First and foremost, I am a clown.
He's turned around and looked at Fool and is just watching.
Surely not. Come on, say it. I look at Victory like a wet cat.
Destroyer of worlds. Tsukasa? No, can't be. Let me put it this way. Within the multiverse, there are, in theory, infinite possibilities, right? Sure, yeah. let's say an average Joe chooses between bacon and eggs or cereal for breakfast. And then they choose cereal, so in theory, another universe would be made where instead they chose bacon and eggs. But is that true? What if the possibility goes beyond that? What if they didn't eat breakfast at all or went out to eat? Well, the thing is, those diverging points can exist, but the only one that matters is the universe where the cereal was chosen. This universe is the universe where the cereal was chosen. I know there is one main Kamen Rider, Tsukasa Kadoya, who's known as the Destroyer of Worlds. But there's only one main Kamen Rider Decade out there. So why is there another person called the Destroyer of Worlds? I looked into Freedom Foundation and found Project Decade, who was also called the Destroyer of Worlds. That keeps me questioning. There can't be two. There's only one universe where the cereal was chosen. Why is there another? There can't be two cereal universes.
Well, there's many different kinds of cereals.
Wait, Knight, that's actually a really good point.
God damn. Good job. Go on, my driver. Come on, speed up.
Okay. I guess to put it more simply, the driver is pointing the Destroyer of Worlds here, whoever they are, and it's not going to be good, and we might die soon.
We have yet another beacon that lures a main villain close to us.
That's happened before.
Yeah. You know that coin that Yoko is obsessed with? That was one. And we still have that.
At least this was not a coin. We can just get rid of it right now.
If I may ask, what employs the fucking fortune driver that can fucking lead the Destroyer of Worlds to go and kill me, right, Meow, and everyone else? Did you say Meow?
Leo is just staring at Fool after the right meow.
Hiyoko talked about a coin, and a coin would fit in that driver, and a multiversal threat that went for the coin. Yeah, that sounds like a beacon. Well, there's your answer.
So, you know what else can fit here? A fucking clown emoji. I can fit a fucking, like, you know, those little blocks they can put in the fucking in the
He puts their hand up, which is a very Yoko thing to do, but it's kind of like, I think this is a moment that needs it to be. So are you saying that Fool's desire driver,
fortune
driver, sorry, is a beacon?
Yes, unfortunately.
Oh, great! Oh, lovely.
Okay, fine. We know that at least. But like, next question: the room. Do you have an explanation for the room that we were just in?
All right, so the room. Let's say that it is very important, and there are going to be a lot of bad people going after it. In that room was an anomaly where a certain power was holding it kind of hostage, like in time, like it froze it in place. And that made me forget who you are. And once we left it... Oh, shoot. Sorry, I gotta take this. Hello? And then she holds the phone and talks to the others. Oh, it's just my friend. Yeah, what do you mean you can't find boxing gloves? Where are you? Why are you finding boxing gloves at the swimming suit section? What do you mean? What? Okay, Musclehead, I'll be right there. Sorry, but Bond's a bit of a protein head. She's weird. But anyway, aside from that, I guess if you believe in the multiverse, then this next thing will not be as insane. The door swings wide open, like a kick. Just force the door. Estrella walks in.
I fucking can't do this no more. I am so done with corpses.
I assume this is the guy that died.
Darling, what? How? Why?
Sen stands up and tells the party, "Don't move. This is part of it."
Part of what?
And Estrella falls over again, back to his corpse self. And behind him are two people. One of them has a metal pipe over his shoulder. "This is where you were hiding? The whole time? Without me?" The man is shirtless, and he only has a snakeskin jacket around himself. And he says, only came back for 5 minutes. Told to do one thing. It's gonna be fun.
Excuse me, when you say do something, what do you mean? What do you need to do?
Wait, did you say there were 2 people behind the corpse?
Yeah, there are 2. So this person is slightly taller than the metal pipe wielding person. The other person says, we gotta make this quick. Clown, give us the driver, and you won't have to die.
You are unbelievably attractive, but I have to say no.
Leo instantly stands in front of Fool, just aiming his gun.
We can't keep getting away with this BL bullshit.
You know, personally, on our schedule of things we were planning on doing today, letting Clown die is not one of them.
The others agree and stand in front of Fool as well. And the whole group kind of like bands together.
Guys, we're friends now? Oh my god!
Maybe. Kinda. We'll see. We'll talk about it later once you're not being attacked by someone.
The man with the pipe crouches down, you know, the Oja crouching down. And he says, I knew it'd be this fun. He pulls out the advent deck. The taller man points at the party. Kira, go have your fun. Henshin!
Damn, his suit is cool.
Sen steps in front of the party and pulls out the build driver. But then, the other man snaps his fingers, and Sen is frozen in place.
I think he killed her with his mind.
Oja throws the metal pipe over to Sen, and directly just hits her, but she's still not moving. Kira laughs and says, well, Teru, tell them. They don't understand what's going on. Fortune driver, huh? The only way to get it is with certain kinds of powers. This will probably be the only time you see this. I call it Destiny's Play. It's my power.
Do we need to henshin up? I feel like we need to henshin up right now.
Alright guys, let's do it. It's morphin' time. Leo takes out his Ant Slinger and his Orkashi Fossil Ant, the base form.
Teru snaps his fingers again. And now Leo's frozen. And Teru laughs. You know I'm just gonna keep doing that, right?
For once, perhaps Leo should have shot first and asked questions later.
Then Oja walks up to Leo's frozen body, puts his arm over his shoulder. He starts laughing. I hate you. Then he punches Leo's frozen body in the stomach.
He sees what's happening and just tries to say the catchphrase as quick as possible. Goes, let me burn in the heat! Henshin!
I will walk a bit behind Leo to get some cover to get cover and go, I am so sorry. He already has his driver out, so he just puts it back on. Oh, that's my catchphrase, that's cheesy as and he puts in the sad clown form again. It's meant to be stronger. It's meant to be stronger. Henshin, he boops her nose and Guro is whispering it because she's so scared.
Teru snaps his fingers towards Fool, but it unfreezes Leo.
Shit!
Order and march 151. Go, PunkAnt.
So Leo it's the usual transformation, and then after he's done, he's like, why is my stomach hurt? What the fuck? What happened? Oh, it feels like I'm
You got punched. That is so sad, mate.
Yosef rips his necklace, holds it to the sky, says, let me reach for the stars. Henshin. And transforms in the form where he has, in Crescent Moon, where he has the scythe, because he really likes the scythe as a weapon.
Eileen sort of takes notice of Yoko's sort of speed form, because she's already seen her in action, and thinks, she definitely had the right idea. And takes out her style driver.
Elita.
And says, Henshin. 「 Henshin. 」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 「」 "" 「」 ""
Henshin.
And the transformation's a bit different this time. Instead of it being a white rose, it's a black rose that engulfs Eileen. And when she's finished transforming, she's shown in her gothic mode, wielding a scythe. Eileen strikes a pose with the scythe and says, "Time to show looks can."
And then Teru snaps his fingers. Looks can what? I didn't catch that.
Okay, so seeing the chaos unfold, Victory doesn't even try to transform. He's just like, I'm just gonna play on my phone if you don't mind, but I'm actually gonna summon Ride.
Summon Ride, presented by Dan Corporation. Select your summon.
Okay, I'll summon Murasame then.
Victory clicks on the Don Murasame icon.
Done. Murasame. Summoning. Now.
Even Teru and Kira are just looking around the room. They're like, now what?
Does Murasame shut up?
Nuh-uh, he's not there.
Leo, instead of shooting, he has a strategic planning plan. Leo stands up and just awkwardly like tries to provoke Teru. Just like, damn, dude, you really suck. I bet you can't give me a gun though.
Provoked, Teru gets angry and snaps his fingers towards Leo. But Leo grabs Oja, turns him around, and the snap goes towards Oja's direction and freezes him.
Leo tosses him to the side like he's just a mannequin now, and he's like, well, that confirmed my theories.
Oh, you're so small. Yeah, cunt. And I flip the guy off.
He can see that this is all going on and sees that they've got one. So my plan was to... Because I've still got the bag of chickens. I always have the bag of chickens, even when I'm henshined up. I always have the bag of chickens with me. So what I was going to do was, as he run forward and have the body get hit by the paws, if they did pause me, but then have the chickens jump out the bag, including he coming out of the body and like going towards them to attack them. So it was like an all chicken attack.
So then Yoko tries to run, and Teru snaps his fingers towards Yoko, or towards he, and then he is frozen in place. The chickens aren't frozen, and in fact, Sen starts to become unfrozen.
He gets frozen in time, and the other chickens kind of know what's happening. They jump out the bag and start going towards the main guy, while Sen is starting to get unfrozen. But it's like the chickens are going full on red eye attack on the guy, and they start pecking. Even like Freeze there as well. In the bag, the chickens are like, imagine you're nibbling a cookie, and then Free is like eyes dead on target and just starts nibbling.
Sadfool's weapon is a little umbrella that when it opens up, it's constantly raining from it. Fool will be like, "Oi, you're a fucking dunce," and I'll fucking use the umbrella. Oh man, it's raining. And I'll drop it on myself as like Fool will try to like warp and like attack the guy from behind. So he can like do the little snappy thing to stop him.
So then Sen unfrozen and seeing Teru getting pecked at by the chickens, she yells out, "Wait, there's always two of them."
What do you mean there's always two? Like, you're talking about the other guy? And Leo like awkwardly points to frozen Oja on the floor.
Sen puts on her driver, and then in a flash of a white light, she disappears. A man stands behind Eileen, who's frozen in place still. There's a new random person, and like leans against Eileen, like supporting himself. Well, cat's out of the bag. Yep, there's always two. Mine's called Supernova. The random man with one finger touches Eileen's like forehead and pushes her back, and she's like falling back really slowly, but still frozen in place, like in the same pose.
Okay, if this guy's a different. Okay, he has a different power then, so we have to guess two powers.
Yosef is just standing there and he's like so f***ing clueless because all that just happened, and he feels like he probably won't be able to move fast enough, but he tries nonetheless. But like his fighting style is pretty like head on, so he just charges against the new dude.
And the new person was caught completely off guard, and while they were looking at Eileen fall backwards, Yosef stabs through the new person with their scythe.
I'm just imagining like the whole party, even the other villain is just staring.
The chickens have even stopped pecking and are just sat on his shoulders, just staring.
Teru looks over to Yosef and is like, I thought you don't kill people. I
Of us too, man.
what? What? Out of the shock of everybody, and then Watt slumps over to the side with Watt just hecking dead. Sen comes back in a flash of light, and she turns around, hand over her mouth. Everything just starts moving again, and then it just gets a little quiet. Eileen's back and is able to move, but she falls back.
She's fallen on her back and she's like looking kind of bewildered, very, very confused. And then she sees Yosef with the bloodstained side, and her first reaction is just, what? What? What?
Yosef just stands there and he like slipped his scythe out and there's like blood dripping off of it and he like turns around and is like, guys, we can go now.
Leo wants to inappropriately kind of use this to the team's advantage, even though he's still kind of in shock. He turns to Teru and just wants to go, yeah, either you back down or you're next.
Did I miss everything?
Same. What the heck happened?
Murder.
Well, it wasn't that bad, guys. You're making me look like a monster.
That is really f***ed up.
That guy had no armor on. Like that's usually I'm the one that would advocate for this. Like you're stealing my character gimmick now, I gotta say.
Look, guys, I'm a trained knight, and I know I was always like, oh, but when I see and sense danger, I kill and don't think about it too much.
That's great, but we're kind of fighting for our lives right now. Can you like keep it for later?
For Victory's turn, the door opens again, and this time Astra as Don Murasame walks in. He's like, I know you called me. I'm sorry, I was late, but oh my god, what the? So with all that and the whole room going into chaos, Sen says, wait, how did Estrella's corpse move? If one of them can just stop time, another can teleport. None of those powers have to do with the corpse moving. Estrella stands up from the ground. Hija de su, ¿por qué siempre necesito morir ahora? Okay, ya pues, ya no. Dusts himself off. Okay, that's enough. I've seen everything I need to see. Estrella walks from one end of the room to the other. And as he walks, right behind him, it seems as if things are starting to go backwards. And when he stands at the last end of the room, everything's back pretty much to how it was. He claps his hands and says, Overquarter is very useful when you need it.
Session completed. See you next time.